How doing guys, SmartEntity here. Today we're going to do a complete walkthrough on Pavlov Lua, the Lua Spy mission. Now before we begin, the single most important hint I can give you guys that you guys absolutely must follow if you want to succeed is to turn matchmaking into solo. I cannot emphasize enough how important that is. Now when doing spy missions, two warframes comes to mind. One is Limbo, the other is Loki. I'm going to use Limbo here just because I found riftwalk and the ability to negate lasers to be a bit more effective than invisibility and switch teleport. Now I am going to play and record at the same time, just so if I encounter anything in particular that I found to be important, I can point out to you guys immediately and not forget later on. And since this is a complete walkthrough, I'm going to put a mini-map on the middle of the screen over here so you guys can know exactly where I am. And from time to time, I will rotate the screen 360 degrees so you guys can follow me real time if you want to do that. Now, this is meant to be a speedrun tutorial, but I will pause here and there to teach you guys and explain to you guys what's going on. So we're in the first room now. We hit this button, this door opens. Now these rifts take you to a different time, i.e. the past. So we go to the rift, we open this console, this door opens, we use the rift again to come back to it. Now it is important to know that even in riftwalk, these detector guys can still detect you, so it is a good idea to take them out whenever you get the chance. Now as explained previously, riftwalk allows you to negate lasers, so if I was in riftwalk over here, the laser would activate and the timer would begin. But since I'm in riftwalk, that does not happen. So the trick over here is basically to just go through the rooms. There's only one way, so you can't really get lost. And do be aware there's these zip lines that you can definitely utilize if you so wish. So doing a 360 of the room right now. The trick over here is basically you want to get into that hole over there. And the trick here is basically to get behind that rock. Now even with riftwalk, if you go through this rock directly or if you try to make contact with it, it will electrocute you. So instead we're going to go around the room. Again, there's only one way, so you can't really get lost. Riftwalk do help a bit here to avoid those lasers. So what we want to do is get behind this rock into that little hole over here. And doing so will bring us into the data room. So here we'll go through the rift to go into the past. We'll activate the data. And go through the rift again to come back to the present and exit this room. Now it is important to note that with each of this room, and this room is probably the best example, there are multiple different ways of completing the mission, and this room probably has the two most distinctive methods. But I'm going to just show you guys one method, and that is a method I found to be the fastest, most efficient, and the safest way of completing it. So we're in the second room now, so we're going to just activate the console to allow us entry. Again, in this particular room, there are a couple of doing it as well, but they're not too different. So go into the room, look in the data. What you want to do is turn left, up the stairway. So you want to activate this rift here, and as soon as you come back to the, well, go back to the past, you should see another rift very close by, and you can activate that rift as well. And we're back in the present. And what you want to do is you want to come through this door. So going through this door, you'll see this little path here. Now the first few discs are stationary, no issues, but as you progress the discs do start to move, and that may force you to either go down or miss your jump, so just be aware of that. So you can see the discs here are moving, and if you go on it, it will actually rotate you out. So for all intents and purposes, this is one way, and you should go through here. Once we're in, again, very important guys, you gotta click that endo. That endo, man, 15 endo, that makes a little difference. So we're just gonna come back down that stairs. So here you see the data over here. And what you want to do is facing the data, you want to turn right, and as you do, there should be a little rift over here. Again, the data should be over here, so what you want to do is go directly behind the data, up these stairs, and if you stand on this little padding, that will cancel the lasers and open this door. Once you're through, the data maze is all yours. Once you activate the data maze, a rift will appear behind you, teleporting you back to the present with a bit of an empty window here that will allow you to get out of this room. Alright, so we're at room number 3. Now this is probably the most complicated room, and the room that Limbo's riftwalk will help you the most as far as speeding this up. Now looking at the data maze, what you want to do is turn to the right. You see there's this button over here. If you shoot it, the door below will open, and once you're through, there should be this rift that allows you to walk through. As soon as you're through, the only thing in this room that you can really use, minus these little container things, is this console. Once you activate the console, the door behind it should open.
The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
And once again, we see the data console. So facing the data maze, what you want to do is turn left. You see this laser door, ignore that. And you want to face this door. As you do, this console will appear. If you hack the console, the door behind it will open. So if you keep on progressing, you see a laser door here. If you shoot this button, the laser will disappear and this will start moving. Now, as this works, don't worry about that wall behind you. You see this little walkway here. What you want to do is go through here, and that allows you to skip a couple rooms. Now, this is the part that Limbo's riftwalk will benefit you the most. So let me demonstrate. If you jump on this console over here, you can come through here and get through this door over here, and this door over here, and go right through here. Now, if you do not have riftwalk, you won't be able to do it that fast without triggering the lasers. So you have to do a few extra steps to come to this point. So this is why Limbo and riftwalk really do benefit this particular room a lot. So anyway, once you're in this room, what you want to do is you want to activate this console over here. Now over here we see again another button. What you want to do is activate that button, and we'll just come through. We should see this rift over here that will take us back to the present. So doing a bit of a 360. So this was the 4 cylindrical room. Now this is a room that you do not need to go to for now. What you actually want to do is you want to come through this point. Again, we'll activate riftwalk again. So what you want to do is you want to go all the way to the end of this room. You activate the rift here to come back to the present. To the past, excuse me. Now this looks pretty scary, right? But actually, none of these lasers can actually reach you, so don't worry about it. What you want to do is, okay, just doing a quick 360 so you guys know where I am. What you want to do is you want to face up over here and shoot that button, and that will allow this little explosive thing to come down. And if you go back to the present, that little box will drop down. If you don't do that step, this little explosive will not be there. With that explosive there, if you destroy that, a new path will open for you. If you come through this path, we'll go using this rift. And what you want to do is activate this console. The purpose of activating this console is so this disc will start moving around. And you guys will see the benefit of that shortly. So once this starts to move around, what you want to do is shoot it so a rift will appear, and that will teleport that explosive as well as this little treasure into the present. And if you shoot it again, it'll teleport you to the present. So we'll activate this to see if there's anything in there, nothing in there. And by teleporting that little explosive over here from the past, and if you shoot it, it'll open a little entrance over here that will allow you to go through. Now once you're through, there's only one way. Now before going into the pass, what you want to do is shoot this little explosive container here. So all these containers that were there obviously are war containers, so you have the potential to drop pretty decent mods, and with such a minor step it definitely doesn't hurt. And once you do that, you should have access to the database. And that is the third room done. Now, obviously, I took a lot of time explaining, and this didn't go as fast as I would normally do it. But when I did do it by myself, I can pretty much get this mission done at least at times 3 to times 4 speed of this video. So hopefully this kind of give you guys an idea of how to do the Orokin Lua Spy mission. And obviously once you got the data master, you just use a rift to come back to the prison, and that's pretty much it. Now this was a bit of a requested video, surprisingly, by quite high ranking players, and to be honest, I can't really blame anyone because there's really aren't that many rewards with this Orokin Spy that's worth your time doing it. However, having said that, I did get a high Nern earlier today while doing this, so I mean not the rarest mod, but hey, it's something that I don't currently have, and it's always nice to have mods that you don't have. Alright guys, thanks for watching. As usual, if you got any faster of doing this that significantly makes a difference, please do leave in the comments below and let me know. Anything you guys don't agree with, let me know. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.